Zerith-var can survive almost anything with this build, leaving you free to melt the boss. Hey everyone, it's Spopes. The Khajiit Necromancer Zerith-var is my favorite companion in the Elder Scrolls Online. And in this video today, I'm going to show you how to make him into an effective tank. That means keeping the enemy's attention while staying alive and giving you buffs that will help you take down boss monsters and other enemies. I'm going to cover both the gear you should put on Zerith-var and the skills you should slot and in what order. But before we get to that, I could really use your help. I'm growing quickly as a content creator, but I want to grow even faster. You can help me do that by liking the video, hyping it on mobile, and sharing it with your friends. Leaving comments also helps with the algorithm, and what helps the most is subscribing. So please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also help me out more directly by becoming a member of the Spopes Army. My membership program features a few different tiers, and even at the lowest tier of $1 a month, you get access to perks like custom emojis, priority reply to comments, and members-only videos. I will advise you to become a member on desktop to avoid the higher fees that are charged on mobile. You can also support me by buying some merch. There are a few items listed below the video, and you can go to my Fourth Wall shop for a full catalog. You can also leave donations on Fourth Wall, and I get a much larger cut of those donations compared to what I get from super thanks that you leave here on YouTube. But if you do just want to leave me a super thanks in the comments, I definitely appreciate that as well. Thanks for helping me out, everybody. Now let's get into the video. Zerith-var is a companion you get for free if you have ESO+. He has the best personality, the best storyline, the best overall vibe. And he's also quite the effective tank if you do things right. So before you even get started, I recommend that you get Zerith-var to level 20 on at least one character. Once you've maxed out his level, he'll be the same level on any other characters as well. You can make Zerith-var level up faster by getting his rapport to the max level of companion. That increases his XP gain substantially. And from there, simply slay monsters. He only gets XP from monster kills. You can also wait for events like Hearts Week that give extra bonuses to companion leveling. So simply assuming you've gotten Zerith-var to level 20, here's the gear I suggest you put on him for maximum tankiness. So first, and this is kind of obvious, but you're going to want a sword and board. It really doesn't matter which one-handed weapon you choose. It can be an axe, a sword, a mace, etc. The type of weapon you put on your character does make a difference, but it doesn't make a difference to your companion. Simply choose any one-handed weapon and also use a shield. This will reduce the overall damage he takes. And I'll just say now, you're going to want to have the Quickened Trait on pretty much everything, but there is some nuance to that I'll get into in a little bit. So Quickened one hand, Quickened shield, and then for the armor, choose all heavy armor. That's because your companion's heavy armor passive gives extra damage blocked and also extra healing received per heavy armor piece. Heavy armor just also inherently gives your companion more armor. So heavy head, chest, shoulders, waist, hands, legs, and feet. And again, all of this in Quickened. And then as far as jewelry goes, also do Quickened and make sure you have a neck piece and 2 ring slots equipped. And for the gear, it's best to get it in purple or even gold if possible. But purple and gold companion gear costs a lot of gold, so it's also acceptable to just have it in blue quality. But yeah, just summing it up, have Quickened on everything, have a sword and board, have heavy armor, and then just make sure you have Quickened on your jewelry. And if you're lucky enough like me to get a Quickened gold companion ring during Hearts Week, definitely slap that on as well. Alright, that does it for Zerith-var's gear. Now let's talk about the skills you should slot on him. One of the best things about Zerith-var as a tank is he has a skill that applies Major Breach. But that's actually not the first skill you're going to slot. And in case you didn't know, the order in which you slot your companion's skills matters. They use these skills in order. So when you enter a battle, they use the number 1 skill first and then progress through them until they get to number 5. So whichever skill you want him to use first, you need to put that in the first slot. So in this case, that's Provoke, which is from the one-handed and shield skill line. This is a basic taunt that will keep the enemy's attention focused on Zerith-var instead of you. So put Provoke in the first slot. Then put Sepulchral Chill in the second slot. That's from Zerith-var's Warrior's Banishment skill line. Sepulchral Chill provides an AoE effect that does damage, but more than that, applies Major Breach to enemies. This reduces their resistances, making your attacks much more powerful. In the third slot, you're going to have Perigean Armor from the Guardian's Commitment skill line. This provides Zerith-var with major resolve, and it also helps crowd control enemies. So this skill will help Zerith-var survive while he tanks. In the fourth slot, you're going to have Crescent Scythe, also from the Guardian's Commitment skill line. The main point of this skill is that it heals Zerith-var without you having to do it for him. As he tanks, he's going to take damage, but casting Crescent Scythe will help heal him at least a little bit. And then lastly, you're going to have Ritual of Salvation from the Fighter's Guild skill line. That's in your number 5 slot. I'll probably do a guide to this eventually, but leveling Fighter's Guild on your companions is pretty easy. Just do the daily quests you get from your capital city, and for every quest you do, he will gain a level in Fighter's Guild. The same goes for Mage's Guild, Undaunted, etc. Ritual of Salvation reduces both the damage Zerith-var and any allies take. Depending on the type of enemy, it can reduce damage taken by up to 40%. And that's really about it. He only has one ultimate, Blade of the Crossing, which isn't really helpful for tanking, but it's a pretty powerful attack. That's just about it, but I do want to provide a couple more tips and tricks before we finish up. While Quickened is considered to be the best overall trait for companions, you might want to swap in at least a few pieces with Bolstered if Zerith-var is having trouble surviving. Bolster reduces the overall damage that your companion takes, which makes it better than Vigorous, which just increases health. Generally, you want Zerith-var to be using his skills as frequently as possible, thus the Quickened trait, but if he is dying more than you'd like, you can keep Quickened on your weapon and on your jewelry, but simply swap in Bolstered for his armor. You also might want to swap in Crimson Font for one of these skills. This is from the Companion's Undaunted skill line, and it provides a lot of passive healing for both your companion and for you. It could, for instance, be a better choice than Crescent Scythe, so I'll simply leave that one up to you. And again, you want to make sure your companion is at least at level 20 because they get significant boosts to stats at that point. But it really doesn't matter what their rapport level is. That mainly applies to unlocking their quests and how fast they level. Once they're already at level 20, it doesn't matter anymore. All right, that just about covers it. To finish up, let's demonstrate here on this world boss. Okay, he should be back up. Yep, there he is. Thugrub the Reformed. So I'm just going to proc him really quick, and then we'll watch Zerith-var tank him. So there we go. He used Provoke. The attention was then redirected to Zerith-var. He's tanking those hits quite nicely, putting down his AoE, healing himself. He took a pretty major hit there, but he healed himself just fine. And he's actually doing quite a bit of damage to the boss. This is kind of fun to watch, but I think I'll jump in now. But as you can see, he's keeping the boss completely occupied while I take him down. The boss isn't even noticing me. He's going entirely after Zerith-var, leaving me completely free to just deal damage. And even though he's been tanking literally all the hits, he is in no danger of dying. In the Infinite Archive and against DLC world bosses, this might be a different situation. But for all the base game content, including 4-man dungeons, having Zerith-var tank like this will allow you to get through the content without even being touched. In the comments, let me know what you think about this tanking build for Zerith-var. If there are any tweaks you'd like to make, what you think of the skill choice in their order. Also, just what you think about Zerith-var in general. I already have guides out there to the best companion gear, but in this video, I wanted to get a bit more specific about what exactly I put on Zerith-var to make him into a tank. So please do comment below. And again, everyone, I really appreciate it if you like the content, and I could use some support back from you if you do appreciate me as a creator. It doesn't cost you anything to like, hype, share, and subscribe. But if you do want to financially support me, just become a member of the Spopes Army. You get lots of perks with it. That's a very simple way to support me right within the YouTube system. You can also leave a super thanks in the comments. And if you don't mind clicking away to an external site, I do have a bunch of merch on Fourth Wall, and you can also leave me a donation right on my Fourth Wall page. And I'm just about ready to make an announcement about my first sponsorship. That'll be coming within the next week or so. I can't wait to get you guys hooked up with some amazing apparel. For a sneak peek, join our Discord, the Spopes fam. Again, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm going to finish up with a prayer. Lord, thank you for inspiring the team at ZOS to add companions to the game. Their best utility is in tanking. Thank you for making it possible to make Zerith-var into such an excellent tank. Please bless everyone at ZOS as they go into a pivotal year. Help this game become more successful, get in front of more eyes, bring new and old players into it. And Lord, I thank you so much for my channel. I thank you for my subscribers and members. Please bless everyone who watches the video today. Give them everything they need in ESO and the world beyond. Especially bless those who are trying to walk in the footsteps of Jesus and struggling. Bring them into your loving embrace. Guide them under your gentle yoke. And for those who have just recently left this world, please guide them to your side without delay. I give all glory to you, Lord, for my channel and for the video. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. All right, that's going to do it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. Please consider supporting me as a content creator. I could really use your help. And don't forget to comment with your thoughts on this Zerith-var tank build for the Elder Scrolls Online. And yeah, just one more time before you click away, please subscribe. And when you do subscribe, turn on notifications, because I'll be back soon with new content.